What made Nelson Mandela extraordinary? Was it his unbreakable spirit, his 27 years in prison, or the fact that he walked out without bitterness and changed an entire nation? Nelson Mandela wasn't just a political leader. He was a symbol of hope, forgiveness, and transformation in a world divided by race and inequality. Today, his legacy still matters because we continue to struggle with injustice, polarization, and leadership crises. Mandela showed us a different way: the power of dignity, patience, and unity. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela was born in 1918 in the small village of Mvezo, South Africa. Growing up under racial segregation, he witnessed unfairness from an early age, an experience that lit the first spark of resistance. As a young man, he moved to Johannesburg, where he studied law and became involved in the African National Congress. He wasn't born a hero. He became one through choices, sacrifice, and courage. Turning points: his involvement in anti-apartheid activism, the Rivonia trial, where he delivered his famous "Ideal for which I am prepared to die" speech, his imprisonment for 27 years on Robben Island, his release in 1990 followed by negotiations that ended apartheid peacefully. Challenges he faced: Mandela endured isolation, hard labor, political pressure, and personal loss. But the greatest challenge was balancing justice with peace. He needed to dismantle a racist system without igniting a civil war, and he succeeded. Let's dive deep into extraordinary qualities for Nelson Mandela. Discipline. Mandela controlled his emotions, even in prison. He woke up early, exercised daily, read constantly, and kept his mind sharp. Vision. He envisioned a South Africa where black and white citizens could coexist as equals. Not revenge, but reconciliation. Courage. Courage wasn't just in fighting apartheid. It was in choosing peace when violence seemed easier. Courage was walking out of prison with a smile. Intelligence. Mandela was a master negotiator. He understood people, politics, timing, and how to turn enemies into partners. Compassion. He forgave his jailers. He invited his former oppressors to the negotiation table. Compassion made him stronger, not weaker. Strategy. Mandela didn't rush change. He engineered it. He built alliances, studied opponents, and waited for the right moments to act. Innovation. His idea of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission was revolutionary. He replaced punishment with healing, and the world followed his example. From Mandela, we learn powerful lessons that can shape our everyday lives. Forgiveness is a superpower. Letting go of anger frees you, not the other person. Change begins with discipline. Great futures are built on small daily habits. Have a vision bigger than yourself. Mandela's vision was not personal, it was national. Courage means taking the harder road anyone can fight. Few can forgive. Lead with dignity. Respect works better than force. Calmness is stronger than rage. How can we apply Mandela's lessons right now? Daily life. Practice patience, empathy, and listening before reacting. Personal development. Build habits that strengthen your discipline. Reading, journaling, learning. Career. Be the person who solves conflict instead of creating it. Leadership. Stand for what's right, even if it's unpopular. Business. Build teams through inclusion, respect, and long-term thinking. Mandela's lessons aren't historical. They're practical. Nelson Mandela still matters because he proved what one human being can do, with courage, compassion, and an unshakable vision for justice. His story reminds us that leadership is not about power, it's about purpose. For more legendary stories and timeless lessons from history's greatest minds, subscribe to Timeless Legends. Because history doesn't just tell us what happened, it teaches us how to live.